day. From Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, this is Madden NFL 21 on EA Sports. We'll see Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals taking on Gardner Minshew and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
It is a city that traditionally gets much less snow than its Buckeye State rival up in Cleveland, but we are under a thick blanket of the white stuff here at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
Here's Randy Bullock now to put toe to leather. And we are underway from Cincinnati. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Out come the Jaguars, and it's Gardner Minshew, their second-year quarterback, leading the way.
I know that people like him, and he's kind of a phenomenon in the league as Gardner Minshew. But I'm not sure he gets enough credit for how well he plays the game of football at the quarterback spot. Remember, he was a sixth-round pick, and a surprise sixth-round pick at that. More than held his own as a rookie after Nick Foles' broken clavicle forced him onto the field in the second quarter of Week 1. The Jaguars went 6-6 with him as a starter in 12 opportunities. Now they've got a chance to continue to progress and move forward with Gardner Minshew leading their team.
A first carry now for Thompson, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. Here's Minshew. And right away, he lost the football. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. From the gun, Minshew to throw. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try.
4th down on his Logan Cook to punt. Alex Erickson deep for Cincinnati. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals set and ready to go on offense, leading the charge out of LSU, Joe Burrow, the #1 overall pick back in April.
And when you talk about the traits that make Joe Burrow successful, You got to start with his head. This guy,
45. A first carry here for Joe Mixon. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. On second down, Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the intended receiver. But now it's third down and 8. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And Tate's got it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 4. They're passing here. Joe Burrow toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. But it's going to be second down. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Throwing over the middle. And that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And Burrow going to throw again. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. And punter Kevin Huber to punt it away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 30.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. And the last drive, their first drive.
but a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not 7 on third down. Minshew sets to throw. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Second time. And this is going to carry well into the end zone instead of downs.
That's the end of
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Burrow looking to pass. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Josh, second time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Just 30 to stop him here on third down. Now Minshew. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much. Get for Jacksonville. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the offense will take over. This is 3rd and 8. He's got his man, Boyd. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A great pick.
You want to call it gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half.
They did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Drew Sample there to make the grab as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
And for the point after is Randy Bullock. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. So the drive there took 6 plays. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
They'll go play action here with Minshew. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. It'll be Minshew again. To the left side here for Eifert. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Again, Minshew looking to throw. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 15-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First down, Jaguars.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
He's got it complete to Thompson. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. Second down from the 8. They can get a first down by reaching the 5. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Tyler Eifert in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. So a late touchdown here just before the half, and that obviously changes the dynamic of this game.
Yeah, in a couple of ways, partner, because they've been shut out up until this point. So now at least they go into the locker room, and Uncle Mo may be creeping over to their side to talk to him a little bit. And second, they're right back in the football game, an extra point away from tying things up.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The return man, Wilson. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
On the return, the Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And we will likely not see another play here as they take the knee and head into the intermission all tied. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a strong first half from our quarterback. His guys have the lead as the white stuff continues to fall. And for the call of the second half, we give it back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with a quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On second down, Burrow. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Joe Mixon. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Ball carrier.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
2nd and 9.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. On the right side, caught by Green. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
First and
Well,
10.
remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. 47's the mic.
A draw play for Mixon. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Joe Mixon on the carry.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. Second down and 8.
Check, 47. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
From midfield now, Burrow. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. First play of the drive is a run with Thompson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Gain on the play.
The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
So 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Ball carrier. Sam Hubbard on the tackle. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And that will be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Erickson now to return. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. The 20. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 50 yards. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Now Bullock to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Minshew and the Jags now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. He'll set up to throw from the gun. Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On first down, Robinson. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Here's Minshew. On the slant, this is Chark. And he's got some space here. 20. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Pass complete.
DJ Chark, 68 yards. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Wilson on the return. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 27. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
The ball carrier.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Second and 8 coming up. Burrow will throw. On the screen, Bernard. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. Minshew going to lead up the Jaguars, 1st and 10, right at the 30. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
The ball carrier.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Out of the gun is Minshew. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Minshew sets to throw. And he'll get this underneath to Thompson. No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
To Chris Thompson.
They dialed up the blitz on third down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Here comes Erickson. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Bengals getting set to go, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They begin with a run by Mixon, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
He's tackled.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Burrow. That's complete to the tight end Sample. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Granted, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one of my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You got to go to the Tucker Roll, didn't you?
Yeah,
I think that's one people remember. But I also know this, in Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game in New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Second and 12, operating from the 39. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
And the Bengals on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd down and 12. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain.
It's 4th down.
So now Randy Bullock with an important field goal try here. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0.
Jaguars 14.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Minshew and the Jags now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Out of the gun, he'll throw. That one complete. He finds Shark. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down, Jacksonville.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Looking to throw it, Minshew. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And down to the 28-yard line. 16 more on that one and another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Connection made with Chenault. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards on the play. And 2 big plays, one after the other. Now all of a sudden, they're on the march.
Got to feel good about what they've just gotten done, and now feel really good about what's in front of them.
First down now, but that clock rolling. He's back to throw. And he's got it. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
And Minshew going to get him to the line quickly. They'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Bernard getting the handoff from Burrow. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Joe Burrow. Now Burrow loses the football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did.
Gardner Minshew sacked. Fumble on the play.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on, but the biggest one, hold on to the ball.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. A great move in there, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
4 at the 7-yard line.
Still time to go for the win, but they've got to get up and spike it quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down. Minshew. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. This to potentially send us to overtime. Now the Bengals going to use the 1st of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one is right through.
The kick is good.
And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
(17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Now it's Wilson. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules remind us. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Takes it at the 7. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Jaguars again ready to take over on offense. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. Minshew going to lead up the Jaguars 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Come on, set. 15.
They'll run on first down. Thompson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Gain on the play.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Opening drive of overtime, and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up. Now a first throw here in overtime. And finding Keelan Cole. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Tackle made there by Josh Bynes.
The tackle made at the 36.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
From the 36, Minshew over the middle, and it's incomplete. Laviska Shenault, the rookie, his intended target, and it's 3rd down. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
7 yards to go.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Now Minshew. And that is incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and that changes everything here in OT.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Cincinnati set to take over once again. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it, but they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An Excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
And part one is done, now part two.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now time to see what Burrow can do here at OT. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Drew Sample, the intended receiver, and it's third down. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face. Good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
First and 10.
This is a big spot for a rookie QB, and overtime's kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is, and we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing this at such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
They're starting to put together a nice drive. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
In any yardage game, there's really kind of gravy, and this just becomes what my old coach used to say. Get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
Now he dumps this off over the middle and brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Jet sweep, Boyd with it, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there, 2nd and goal.
Brandon, I'd go ahead and kick it right now. I know it's only 2nd down, but I kick it and give myself a little margin for error here.
Don't wait for 3rd, have the extra down just in case.
If something goes wrong, messed up snap, anything like that, you fall on it, guess what? It's 3rd down. You still have the ball. You still have a chance to kick it.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. On the draw, here's Bernard. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll run here with Bernard. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT.
Touchdown, Bengals. Our final score.
Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, tried to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that'll do it for